inside. My name is Michael, and today we will explore how the crude oil carriage temperature, crude oil, crude oil washing requirements are affecting the overall discharge. And also, it's very important to understand the crude oil characteristics. Why we have these characteristics, for what reason, how they help us to see the entire image of the crude oil and the product that we are carrying. First of all, I would like to tell you that crude oil is one of the most difficult products to handle because of its composition. It is a really complex hydrocarbon composition, have a lot of different compounds on it, and also all the compounds, how that react, how they are affected during the transfer, they plays a really huge role. First of all, here we will deep dive and understand also the table. We will understand also the requirements. We will see the characteristics, and I believe this is something which is missing from the industry, because the people that are dealing with these tables most of the time does not give the proper attention. They're not sharing also this information because it is seems like confidential. But today we will show a document which is very old already, so it is only for educational purposes. And also, really important thing is that when you are let's say when you are on board the vessel, or you are let's say at shore, and you hear that the maritime profession, it's so easy to get there, the real picture is completely different. So basically you have to be every let's say profession. You are manager, you are engineer, you are also planner, you are also project planner, you are also chemist, you are also let's say maintenance team from the other side. So you also are a scheduler. You have all of, let's say, departments just containing in one profession. So just saying from somebody, okay, you can go there and you can get that money, it's not that easy, because you are not dealing with only one thing. So you have technical skills, you have skills to understand the regulations, you have skills also to pass different let's say checks and inspections. And also, the most important, that the knowledge is continuous. So the system are changes, the regulation are changes, and you have to be like a doctor moving through the industry. So it's not that easy. And if somebody told you, okay, you can go there, it's easy money, you can get it, it's not working this way. So basically they are telling you only 1% of what you have to do. Also, many times you have to work extreme hours. Okay, so basically what is seen in the market as, let's say, fixed hours, there is no fixed real hours. And as we have seen also, the industry have really automized, everything has been automized, so the personnel also has been reduced if you are looking from the past and comparing with now. Okay, now point today, it's not that much focus on that topic. We can go back and we can create also some videos to explain more things about that. But one important thing that I would like to stand today is to show the different aspects of the crude oil and how they affect the discharge operation. And some things for you also to know. These things that will be shared today here, it will be shared for first time in the entire internet. And this is the magical thing that I also believe through the connection, through these videos, is to give additional opportunities and give that advantage to you, that you know things that nobody else is sharing. So by doing this, one important thing is that finally you will learn the reason why. And it's very important to ask yourself always the questioning why. As I have worked in the industry, and I have worked also with people from the terminals, I see that this is the thing is missing. Okay, so there is really few of them that actually asking, and you can see also most of them, they are in better positions, so they can manage also much better any situations that arise. And also the people that are questioning, they're more easy to understand, they're more easy to set up their teams and the planning, so the job became much easier. And this is the point that we would like to achieve from our videos. The point is to done your job and get that 15,000, let's say, much easier, because then you will know how to move and what to do without doing unnecessary things. And I really through also, yes, my shipping years on board of the vessels, I also always aim to reduce the time. That's why the projects that I'm also running, they're bringing huge value, and I'm really keen to see when the companies will take them and will implement them. I'm 100% sure that they will succeed. Okay, let's go quickly, because yes, I can talk for hours for the projects, for all the things, but let's go yes to the point. So first of all, good morning. First of all, we have get our coffee here. It's ready. And basically, this cup here is from China. It is from Starbucks of China. So one of the apprentice engineers working together, he went outside. I really like, yes, people going outside and enjoying some time, just checking, let's say, the culture. And you can see that this beautiful cup, it's from Ningbo. And basically, yes, he bring me that cup. I see some things. It was really fast. But okay, you go outside, you switch the image. Okay, this is the reason why you go outside. You just switch the image, and then you are able to little bit recharge. That voyage was on VLCC. We discharged on Ningbo, and I have a really good present still with me here, and I always remember. And I really remember people that are great people, have positive energy, they're willing to learn, they're keen to learn. So okay, let's start with our template here. First of all, these templates you are able to find on the vessels. So what changed here, it is the date. As you can see, we have a really old document. It is from 2006, okay, updated. And this is also a very important thing that you have to look for in the documents. So basically, you have to look the update date in every document, when it was last updated. It's a really critical thing. It seems, yes, that is small, but it plays a huge role, because then you know if somebody get there and have changed, let's say, the parameters, the data, and all the things. So the update date in every document, any document, revisions and all the things is really important. And also through the systems, yes, that, let's say, internal systems, ISM and all the things, it should be much easier accessible, that information. Personally, in my opinion, these things should be automated. should be automated, and without any effort, without any searching, directly receive the information from any API and directly feed the system. To avoid, let's say, human intervention and reduce also mistakes. Okay, we have done with that update. We are looking to update, and also here we have a section of explanation. So it is heat required. Directly you can see which one requires heat. It goes by red, so your eyes are falling there, and this is part also of optimizing things. So you know how the template is working, you know how it is set up. The color with the blue, the light blue, it shows no heating required. So you have all the cargoes. Here you have the crude oil name, and you can see how many crude oils are there. So basically we have 381 crudes, and I'm scrolling up and down, so you can see 381 crudes. It really huge, and you can see they start from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, so basically all the alphabet, and you can see each letter has let's say several crudes. Okay, some of them has less, some of them more. The name of the crude, it is there. Okay, it's sometimes selected from the location, sometimes selected from the geographical area. The next thing that we see is the green area here. So the green area shows H2S, or it can be a blank space, and in this space indicates that there is no data availability, okay, if it's blank. So if you don't know the grade, if you do not have any information about the grade, but about the H2S, for sure you will get some information from the terminal. So yes, this is something that you will get for sure. And what it shows, it is not an indication that the crude has no H2S, okay, if it's blank. This is to be, let's say, suspicious, because if you see nothing, it does not mean, yes, that the crude has no H2S. Another thing is that when you see here the yellow appears, let's say, in some crudes, there is no crude washing required. And why it's this reason? Because some crudes does not require it. They are really good for draining, as you have seen also from videos, depends the viscosity and all the things. They're really good to draining, and they have a great performance. This is also the reason why we should pause for the moment, and we will talk about and add for crude oil washing masterclass course and my book that I have created. Let's take a break. MOC Insight. Today I will present you a book and also an online course which is associated with crude oil and crude oil washing. This is a book which transfers the knowledge that I have accumulated, the expertise, and all the success that is required in order to have the best possible discharging operations without going on unpleasant situations, additional claims. It makes your work much easier to onboard the vessel. I truly believe on the training material that I have created, because all of that has been validated and the methodology has been tested, and it really brings value directly from the first page that you are start reading this book. Another thing also, to have a better understanding and have a deep knowledge, is to join the online course that I have specifically created for this topic, which is already available on the YouTube channel. The book is easy to purchase from the Amazon, and you can directly have access there through the links that I will leave below on this video. So join today and open the windows and opportunities in front of you, much easier and much accessible.
Crude Oil Washing Guide, with combination with Crude Oil Washing Masterclass online course, will give you a practical guidance through all the stages from the beginning by understanding of molecules behavior of each and individual grades, its characteristics, how to handle them, what to be careful, how to troubleshoot in case that something is happening, how to select the best programs. So all that, it's a really fantastic journey through the crude oil washing. It will change how you view the crude oil and the discharge itself. It will give you the competitive advantage to stay ahead with the cutting edge knowledge.
Okay, here we are back.
So let's continue. Let's continue to see the template. Okay, we are not hurry up. We have a lot of time, and this is very important to see how the tables work. So we have the assay date here. What the assay date tells us? It tells us that in that time, in that specific month and year,
There was a performance, and there was a performance of the assay, running the assay, testing the assay, and it is a really great comparison. So if you have, for example, update 2006, and you see that your assay on this product is from 92, it's too old, okay? So the assay should not be deviate more than 12 months, 1 year, in order to say that it's accurate. Everything more than that, it is already old, because the product and the crude is changing. It's changing with density. It can change also in the H2S levels. It can change on the wax point, on the total wax point. So all the characteristics are shifting as well as the well get depleted and the quantities reduced. Different methodologies can be used to extract the oil from, let's say, yes, from the rocks or from underground fracking, water pressure, steam pressure, and all the things. So all the things are affecting the quality of the crude oil. So the more new you have, the much better. If it's more than 1 year, as we told, assay date, so there we should ask ourselves, okay, do I have any of this product import, or will I import, let's say, in the future, some of these products? This is the next question. If not, you are okay. If yes, for sure you have to contact the laboratory and ask them, okay, what is your plans to make these tests, the acid test. Okay, and also there is also different tests as well. It can be, let's say, a small test which will give basically, let's say, characteristics like density. It can be also some testing like viscosity and all the things, let's say, general, but more specific. With each fraction, it takes different method of testing, and it takes also a longer time to run all that streams. Another really important characteristic is the API. So the API is basically the equivalent of the density, and it is a comparison between the water. Okay, how heavier than the water is the product. This is basically what it shows. The density is how dense is a product. Okay, the more the density, the heavier the product, and also the heavier the product, the behavior also is changing as well. So the more dense the product is, the more thick it gets, and yes, if it's really thick, it change also its flow characteristics as well. So the gas to see for is to see how much gaseous is our product, how much gas it generates. The pour point is the point when the surface tendency does not flow anymore. So basically you can tilt it. I can tilt, let's say, my coffee and it will stay in one place. This is the temperature that you would like to avoid, and you will never want to get in that temperature, because since you get there, it's already done. You have lost the game. And also, the reason that I have created also the crude oil washing course, it includes all the things inside. It explains everything one by one. It's a course which gives you the advantage also the certification as well, and it covers all the things in details. I will tell you, yes, that the pour point is one of the temperatures that you should avoid to reach there. And not only avoid, let's say, just to be in that temperature close, you should be 10 degrees far from that temperature. Because as the vessel discharges, we have the drop deviation, which I also explained in the course, how this happened. The wax point or the wax temperature or the wax appearance temperature, so it has a lot of theoretical components on that, okay? So what we are basically looking here, it is the cloud point. But in the crude oil, because due to the darkness, you are not able to see the cloud point. So a important thing is to understand that how much percentage of wax we have. So since, let's say, you can see that there is also huge varieties on every, let's say, characteristics that you see. So it can be really gaseous, it can be low gaseous, it can be high pour point or low pour point. A huge difference, okay? It's not like we compare, let's say, 1 to 2. It's comparison, let's say 50 and 60 degrees Celsius between of them, and also percentages from, let's say, vary from 0% to 28% of wax. So you can imagine that these values are huge, and they are really affecting the crude oil properties. And for sure, there is no reason that chief officer would like to have high ROB or to be exposed the owners and then raise additional claims. So, okay, it's not only the responsibility of chief officer and captain as well, it is the responsibility of the overall thing, how the information is being distributed, how the things are set up. Do we have expediters on board? Do we have, let's say, marine technical advisor on board in order to set up all that critical things, understand the product, guide the people when they have some troubleshooting to do? So all the things are really crucial in order to prevent the losses, to prevent the delays, and to prevent high ROB. So with this knowledge, you are able to verify that all the stages has been done properly. Another thing, yes, it is the wax point, okay, the wax appearance temperature. It has some differences, yes, on the terms. You can look for that, but the most important for us is the wax appearance temperature, because since these crystals start to appear and you cannot see them by eyes, because as I told you, the crude oil, it's a dark product. You need a specific equipment for that.
and we can also make an analysis of what equipment you need on that in order to achieve this high level of understanding of the product, because I really believe that having the proper tools, have the proper measuring tools in any industry, it can be shipping, it can be manufacturing, it can be anything you imagine, by measuring and see the values and understanding how these values are impact the overall picture and the overall performance, it is a huge and important step. Okay, it's not just receive the data, it's also the analysis of the data and take some steps basis on the data that we receive. So since we know that one, we are much better prepared, and also we are reduce the risks. We reduce the risks that are associated with these temperatures, we reduce the risks that are associated with the products. We are better knowing our product, and this is a important thing, knowing your product, knowing what you sell, how you transfer it, how it will behave. Another thing really important is the viscosity. The viscosity will be shown in specific temperatures. So you can see here we have viscosity at 20, viscosity at 30, viscosity at 40, viscosity at 50. It depends, yes, at what temperature it was measured. Because the viscosity is changing by the temperature. It is for sure non-linear, the change, as we change the temperature. It almost, but it's not. So that's why it's really important thing, and if I will do, let's say, this change and this test, I will do it, let's say 20, 40, 50 in order to see the viscosity. But okay, you have to understand that each and every test has a specific cost as well, and also it's very important that the test that you are doing on the crude, you are basically using that information. So the information is not wasted, because yes, somebody has input power on it, somebody has spent time, has spent effort, has spent energy, and we need to make sure that this energy spent it's not wasted. Another thing is the minimum temperature carriage for single hull, but now, as I know, there is no single hulls at the moment, so basically we will be interested in the minimum temperature double hull cargo with slopes as well. It shows cargo and slopes. We have also a single hull, okay, for winter and summer crude oil washing codes, and we will look here double hull winter and summer crude oil washing. The next thing is the H2S limit in liquid, ppm by weight, as it shows here, and H2S in vapor, ppm. We have also H2S above 100, so you can see directly above 100, yes, it has this sign, and also the mercaptans levels. The codes also, I explain them extensively in the book, and I explain, yes, each and every one, how they affect, what temperatures to select, and really the combination, the course and the book together, you will have an image that you can handle any other product. So basically, if you learn this methodology, you will able to safeguard yourself from unpleasant situations.
and also understand any product. I believe it will be great to make a part 2 on this. So we will explain, let's say, the terminal restrictions, we will explain the viscosity, we will explain the calculation codes. We can go also to the codes, because yes, the book itself, where is the book? It's here. It covers a lot of things with images, with examples, real world examples, with tables, with molecule structures and all the things. So every information, yes, that you can combine this information, that information, and that information will give you that advantage. And what I would like to be really clear, one thing I will share with you here, you will get also the information similar to that, okay? You will be cover all that parts. It will not be, let's say, something different. This is I would like to say. It will be exactly to the topic that we are discussing, okay? So to avoid waste our time, to avoid being unaffected, we would like to be fully effective and effective in every step we are taking. And that's why this is the reason why all the projects and all the things that I have selected through the channel, it's really helpful. It's really helpful, and it changes your mindset to a way where you work much smarter, not harder, because working harder does not bring you value. Also looking, let's say, to your body, to your stress and all the things, with shouting and all the things, yes, this does not change anything, and people will work much stress. So basically we are sharing the smart work, how you should follow this methodology. And this methodology is being tested. It's been tested in the field by myself. I have proved it. I have reproved it again. I have again reproved it. A lot of discussions with expediters on board. A lot of discussions with different vessels, different crew, in order to understand what is the point and what is the reason. Let's continue in the next video together and look the last tabs, and I will see you also in the lives that we have during the Friday and Saturday, every day, every that days, Friday and Saturday, 4 p.m. GMT time. The first one on Friday, it will be public, open to everyone for any questions that you have for maritime, or maybe let's say manufacturing, or maybe IT stuff. And the second one is closed only for members, because I really value the members and all the people that are interested in the maritime training, maritime material. So get there, I will be waiting you there in order to connect with you, learn more, what is your let's say questions. And I believe really the questions, when we're questioning, as we explained at the beginning of the channel, it's a really huge thing, because this is where the clarity comes, this is where the progress starts. Thank you very much. I am Mihail, and this is MOC Inside. Thank you very much, and see you soon. Bye bye.